Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Adnan Ahmed from Excellence online platform. Today I'm going to discuss about language skills. We have got receptive and productive skills. Language experts, they narrow down different language skills and they gave a title receptive and productive skills. Receptive and productive skills are really important for all professionals, whether they belong to a medical profession, from marketing, from sales, from engineering, from banking, from every walk of life. These skills are essential. We will discuss what are these skills. Language skills. First we have receptive skills. Listening and speaking are known as receptive skills because we receive, build our skills by reading or listening. We have got two skills. One is listening, second we have reading skills, in which we have reception. We receive knowledge, vocabulary, structures, grammar and more things. We do not have any kind of production. We do not produce. We only get this thing. This is kind of input, right? Second we have productive skills. We have two skills. One is speaking and writing are known as productive skills because we produce while speaking or writing. These are two skills, speaking and writing. After input we have got output. After reception we have production. After receiving we have producing. After gaining we have got creation, innovation, creativity, production. This one is natural phenomenon. Without reception skills, no one can be expert, can get expertise in production. First reception, then we have production as here. If we see natural sequence, receptive skills, or another name we have passive skills. Listening is a supportive factor to improve speaking skills. Let's say we have got receptive skills. We are not discussing 4 skills. We will take only one skill, that is called listening skill, right? In receptive skills we have 2 skills as we have discussed. One is listening. Listening is a factor. It will help you in oral communication. A basis of listening skills, you will improve, you will build, you will perform better in oral communication skills. Without listening skills, this is very difficult, almost impossible to improve your communication skill, oral communication skills, speaking skills. It has directly or indirectly psychological connection with your listening skills. Good speakers means good listeners. Without being good listener, no one can be good speaker. Most of the language centers, you will find one sentence within 3 months improve your oral communication. Oral communication can never be improved without reception, right? Without receptive skills. Listening first, then we have speaking. Similarly, we have reading skills can lead you to better writing. Reading helps you to improve your writing skills. Those persons they write down without reading skills, they can be a good artist, a painter, a writer or typist. They can never be author. They can never be a writer. They can never be a novelist, a playwright. Reading skills helps to improve your vocabulary, sentence structures, sequence, thought connectivity and many things. Let's see, there was a research of all about college students about receptive and productive skills. 4 skills we have got. The highest part of the college students, they spend in listening skills, 53 to 55%. If we see average human, he or she, most of the time he or she spends in listening. Naturally we listen. So hopefully have got receptive and productive skills. They have psychologically, directly, indirectly, consciously, unconsciously, they have connection with one another. If you improve your communication skill, I mean listening skills, naturally you are improving your speaking skills. After listening, you must have drilling, repetition, practice, revise, repeat and produce. Same after reading skills. improve your writing skills. Read, then write down. Without reading, to write down, it will not help you. Receptive skills. How to improve receptive skills? We have three diagrams. We have three areas, three domains. One is exposure we have got. A basis of authentic text material, including magazines and papers. They will help you to improve your receptive skills, particularly your reading skills. We do not read authentic material. I do not mean curriculum books. Curriculum books may not be authentic. Authentic material means the material, whether books, magazine, papers, are related to our social life, our surroundings. So authentic text materials, including magazines and papers. These kind of materials will help you to improve your reading skills. Similarly, listening, authentic listening we have got. Authentic listening, regarding your surroundings, politics, education, academic, where you live. This one is authentic. It will help you to improve your speaking skills. Second, we have a real word. Native speakers, whether read native speakers or their writings, their materials, or to communicate with native speakers, have socialization with them, or English speaking countries. Right? Go there, spend time, naturally you will improve your receptive skills. Or whether you do not go there, if you live in their gathering, socialization, you can improve. We have got another approaches here, interactive activities. I can understand native speakers, in sometimes this is difficult to go there and improve, but we have got other television programs, video application, social media drilling exercises there. We have got this one 21st century. The IT period is here. Online you will find huge applications where you can improve your communication skill, particularly your receptive skills. Get exposure experience of native speaker, live talk to them, listen to them, you will improve your receptive skills. We have got 4 skill language. From 4 skill today we are taking only 1 skill, that is known as listening skills. Some facts and importance and significance of listening skills today we are discussing. Listening is the first among 4 language skills. We have got 4 skills, further we will discuss. One of them is listening. If it's a natural sequence, the very first skill is listening. 2 ears and 1 tongue directly messages you. Listening is more important, and then communication, then oral communication. We spend our most time in listening among 4 skills. We have got 4 skills, receptive and productive. Within them we have 4 skills. We improve a lot in listening. We spend more time in listening. We listen to our teachers, our leaders, our motivators, directors, our newcastle and elsewhere. We listen to our parents, we listen to our teachers. On basis of listening, we get abilities to participate, to speak, to understand, to comprehend, to speak. The biggest communication problem is we do not listen to understand, we listen to reply. We must listen to understand something. Without good listening, we cannot be good communicator. We cannot have good communication. First listen people, try to understand their problems, their point of view. Then you can communicate, then you can reply. It will be good communication. The problem is we do not listen. If we listen only just to reply, to have a competition, to defeat someone, to dodge someone. We must listen to understand the problems. Listening comes first. The first and the foremost communication skill that we learn in lives. It's nothing but listening. We have got 4 skills. If it's a natural phenomenon, natural sequence, listening is first. A child of 2 and 3 years, he doesn't speak, or he cannot speak, neither he can or she can write or read. First we have got listening. After listening, receptive, we have productive skills. After listening, we have speaking skills. Second, we have reading, and last we have writing. That is the reason most of the students, candidates, people, they are weak at writing skills. A natural phenomenon, a real fact of the life, 2 ears. Nature has given us one tongue but 2 ears, so that we may hear from others twice as much as we speak. 2 earrings, 1 tongue. Directly it messages. Listening is more important than speaking skills. Listening more, speak less. It will be a good communication. Another fact, the best way to pursue. One of the best ways to pursue others is with your ears, by listening to them. We do not listen. We think to convince someone, to motivate someone is only to speak. In some cases to listen to. Try to listen them. Try to understand their problems. And then you can convince people. They will understand your idea. A very famous author of 7 Habits of Highly Effective book. He says, first seek first to understand and then to be understood. Try to understand your speaker, your opponent, whom you are speaking. Try to understand, then you can be understood. We do not understand their communication. We do not understand our speakers, whom we are talking. We try to communicate without understanding them. So they cannot understand us. Understand their point of view, what they are saying. Directly we cannot say this is wrong. This kind of statement we cannot give. We have different types of listening skills. One is appreciative listening. Appreciative listening is listening for pleasures, enjoyments and when we listen to music, to comedy routine, or to an entertaining speech. We listen movies along with watching. We listen speeches. We listen Holy Quran because of peace of mind. And number of people, they listen music for pleasure, comedy for pleasure, jokes for pleasure, socialization we participate, we listen. Right? False appreciative listening we have. We have different types of listening. One is appreciative listening. Second, we have empathic listening. This is missing in our society. Empathic listening, listening to provide emotional support for a speaker, as when psychiatrists listen to patient, when we lend a sympathetic ear to a friend is there. If someone, he or she has problem, worries, misery, depression, they try to share. We must listen them. It helps. It will help to decrease the tension, stress. So this kind of listening is called empathic listening. The most common, the widely accepted, it is done in education career, in education sectors. That is called comprehensive listening or active listening. In the school, college, universities, all students, they listen to comprehend. All implies they listen in their heads, both executives, to comprehend, to get something. All businessmen, they listen their customer, buyer, clients to understand someone. Listening to understand the message of a speaker, as when we attend a class, a lecture, or listening to directions for the finding friends. This is called comprehensive listening. Mostly it is happened in education centers, institutions, universities, colleges, schools. Let's see, we have different stages of listening. The question is, as we know, listening is very important. So you must understand different steps of listening. This is kind of activity, skill we must understand. First stage is hearing. This one is physical attention. Put your attention towards lectures, speakers. Then we have focusing on message. Try to understand, try to pay attention, focus, concentrate the message, comprehending and interpreting. Then we have comprehension, understanding, and then interpretations we have got. Analyzing and evaluating. Try to analyze lectures, speech, message, right, of your speaker. We do not analyze, we do not evaluate. Then we have responding by body language, gestures, by putting questions. We must reply, we must respond. and last we have remembering. These all are the steps we must keep in our mind while listening. It will help you. You know, we have got one confusion, listening and hearing. Most of the candidates think listening and hearing are same, or some of them they are confused whether what does hearing and listening mean, the major difference between them. A difference between hearing and listening. Hearing is easy. This is the first step of listening. Listening is difficult. Hearing is passive, listening is active. Hearing is a physical function of biology. Listening is a mental function of internal behavior. Listening is beyond words, more than hearing. Hearing is a first step of listening. Hearing is a part of listening. Listening is much more than just words or pronunciation, intonation, much more than this is there. While listening, we must understand suprasegmental features. Intonation, up and down of the voice, pitch of the sound, stress, unstress, body language, expression, gestures. Hopefully you like this video. It was all about receptive and productive skills. We discuss one part, that is called listening. Inshallah ta'ala, in next video we will discuss oral communication skills, speaking skills. Second productive skill we have speaking skills. Thank you.